Hey, friends and family. Hey, loved ones. Hey, creators and gardeners and fools. How's everyone? Hey, I just wanted to say hello. And it is kind of a awesome day today because it's October 1st. And there's so many reasons to be grateful for the fall time, and this time of rest after labor, and this new cycle of growth. Yeah, so there's some big changes happening and some big changes in motion, and just feeling it all around and feeling, yeah, the transformation. So I've been having fun this week, and it's been a good full week. A good week to be a fool, to play the fool, to play with the fool, to embrace the fool. So that's what I'm doing as I remember to be full and to be empty. Yeah, all of it. So coming into balance, feeling that harmony within, feeling that peace within, even when, yeah, those feelings of non peace, yeah, are felt from within. Remembering that, yeah, I can feel at peace, even if it doesn't totally all feel peaceful. I can be peaceful with it. I can be peaceful with all of it, making the room for it, making the space for it, allowing it to be moved through me and we, allowing the changes to take place, allowing the transition, allowing the whole process, and allowing myself my own permission. And so there's a lot to share and so much to care about. And that's what, yeah, some of me has been looking at about care, about expressing that care and interest. Yeah, being interested in life and being interested in others. And yeah, genuinely interested. And asking more questions and listening. And so my last video, I was just talking like I normally do, and yeah, was just kind of reflecting on, yeah, what's manifested and what's been grown and what I've learned during this last cycle. And the number 8 just came out, like what I've been learning for the last 8 months. And I had no idea why I said that. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to go back 8 months from here and, yeah, look into what was going on 8 months ago. So I watched a video, yeah, in my little playlist, in my Alchemical playlist, and went back 8 months from now. Well, from then, from a couple days ago. And it was this video. It was the last video that I'd done where my hair was purple, and that was kind of funny to see. And yeah, in a way. And it was January 20th, 2021. So I listened to that one and was just kind of blown away by some of it and the synchronicities. And so I'll put that in the description box. And what it was about, too, is communication and listening with authenticity and listening for insight. And it was all about communication and surrendering and not knowing and trusting the unknown and trusting myself. Yeah, so that was so fun. I wrote a little bit about that, and maybe I will share like some things, yeah, that I wrote down and that came up for me. But I wanted to say, hey, it's been a whole entire year now. I'm proud of myself. I got through it and I did it. Oh my gosh. So it's been a year now since I've been off of social media, off of Facebook, face crack. And so I'm just kind of blown away by that fact that it's been a whole year, and wow, look at me here. Yeah. And feeling good about this year. and feeling good about the choice that I made to step back and to come back home to me. And that has been a fruitful, enjoyable, challenging, and rewarding experience and journey. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that happy news. And it's just, yeah, I was still, yeah, kind of blown away by all the things that have happened and how weird time is, really. Yeah, the concept of it. And so kind of looking at those things. But yeah, I had a good week, and I got to go in and have some tattoo work done this week after it being like a year and a half since I got this tree and this mirror on the other side. I don't know if you can see it, it's upside down from this angle. Yeah, let's see if I can show you that. So we added some more colors and stuff. And so, yeah, that was kind of fun to go do. Yeah, and then my husband, he got to get in the chair as well. And yeah, the next day, so I went with him to lend him some moral support and to just hang out. And it was really good to see our tattoo artist and our friend. And yeah, just catch up and share and like listen authentically, and yeah, just show up and receive like what we get to choose for our well-being and our like self-expression, and yeah, just being who we are and embracing all our ways of being. And so yeah, it's just kind of awesome. And I did notice some things, some interesting things too. Just kind of, just really funny and silly and strange. And so, yeah, sometimes we all have our comfort zones and what we're familiar with and what we're usually paying attention to, or what's our usual, because I don't think there is such a thing as normal. So I'm saying usual instead of normal, because what's normal to you may not be normal to me, and what's normal to me may not be normal for you. And so, yeah, I think, yeah, normal is kind of a limiting word. And so I'm going to say my usual. So, yeah, sometimes like we have different preferences and we don't even know that they are preferences because we're so used to them. And so it's just, yeah, super, super interesting and silly. And so, yeah, for me, sometimes I feel like, yeah, I've been judged as a little bit eccentric, or I guess, I don't know, wild, or, yeah, just weird, I guess, just weird. But, like, yeah, just looking at the stories of comparison and better and lesser than and all those things. But, yeah, and just certain ways, and like the measuring that takes place, like the unconscious measuring, like tape measuring, or yeah, dick measuring, or yeah, just comparing the things that we do and who we think we are, and yeah, what we're projecting and all those things. And so it was kind of like awesome to be at that tattoo shop again, and kind of get out of my usual. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of people express themselves in like so many different ways, and that's kind of cool to see, because we don't see that sometimes every day, or I don't, because I limit my exposure to a lot of um, information and a lot of noise coming from like the media and stuff. And so, yeah, sometimes I am like totally in my own insulated little bubble. And so it is interesting to get out into the world and to see like, yeah, different things that I don't usually see every day. And yeah, it is interesting. So I got to see like a couple of new tattoo artists that work at the shop, and a lot of them are female, and that's really cool. And it was just really interesting to me, like, to see like my own reaction to certain things that have to do with my own preferences, and maybe like some of my unseen prejudices. And so some of these girls had tattoos on their faces and different, yeah, just totally different looks like than I'm kind of used to seeing. And so, yeah, at first I was just like, wow, that's like extreme, like at first. It was like, oh, I was like, oh, I kind of wonder why I'm having that reaction. And I judged myself at first for being prudish or being, yeah, whatever. And I just thought, oh, well, that's interesting, like observing that and watching that. And just like, if I could see beyond like that judgment, like what would I really see? And so just kind of like observing all of this playing out in my mental streams and in my mind and stuff, and just seeing it and just, yeah, considering and just like letting it be, and just like, oh, I'm willing to see more deeply into that, you know? And these girls were like the sweetest, cutest, like, yeah, just fun girls doing their thing, and they're artists and they like to express themselves in different ways. And so it was kind of refreshing to be on that other side of it, like to see how, like, yeah, it's not really personal. It's not personal at all. It's just like certain comfort levels that we have gotten used to or we're comfortable with, or that, yeah, sometimes it's like, yeah, we do, like, we have our own personalities, our own personal preferences, um, yeah, for so many different things. And so it was just interesting to see, and I'll see if anything else wants to be shared around that. Um, but yeah, just wanted to mention that. But I had some funny thoughts too about, yeah, making friends with our bullshit, because that's what I've been doing for the last little while, and claiming it and owning it. And it has a lot to do with like owning like my own mistakes and owning my accountability, and owning like where I may have been wrong, or fooling myself and stringing myself along. And yeah, it's all right, really. Like, just swallowing that pride. Yeah, being willing to own it instead of justifying, or justify my life. Yeah, justify my being, justify my worth, justify my value. Yeah. But now I know I don't need to do that anymore, because there's nothing to defend and nothing to pretend about. And so that's like genuinely expansive. Like, so if I already am everything and there's nothing that I can't be because I can allow myself to be everything, then what is there really, yeah, to defend and to play at being? And that does free up so much energy for me, and I can show up just as I am and be just as I be, like, no matter what. Like, just some of the expectations and the assumptions and projections, like, are easier to see now that I've gotten out of my own way, or learning how to, yeah, learning how to do that through all my ways. So let's see what wants to be shared. I have this little bong drum here. Been playing with, been enjoying like the little sounds and stuff, just for fun and just for joy and just for play. And so enjoying play, art, and creativity. And I also finished my scapegoat. All the words on my scapegoat, yeah, have been painted in and filled in. So feeling like, yeah, pretty awesome about that magic. And yeah, we'll see what else wants to be with that. And there's still possibilities, but I'm going to consider it a work in progress, because it always is. It just never feels like it's completed or it's never really done. It's always a work in progress. But yeah, sometimes just gotta let it be incomplete because it's still becoming. Yeah, it's still becoming all it gets to be. Or it just is what it is, and then it will be what it gets to be. So, yeah, just appreciating all those things. So, what wants to be right now? I'm gonna play around and yeah, that's pretty fun. I also got a harp a couple weeks ago, and my husband's helping me tune that. I'm a complete and total newbie, and I'm excited to just play around with that and see what happens, and see what I can learn, and see how I can progress with that, and see what I can be open to receiving and opening to learning. Yeah, as I give myself permission to choose all this love for me that is available and accessible if I am willing to receive. And so I am super grateful, and I am super humbled, and so super thankful for everything right now. And even some of the things that I feel are unresolved right now, I'm grateful for those too, and grateful to sit with the discomfort of not knowing. And yeah, that was really good for me this week, actually, to just kind of allow things to be as they are and not needing to force, figure it out, fix it, smooth it out, make sure everything's okay, make sure there are no hard feelings. It's just okay, just let it be what it is. And I'm willing to open to receive guidance, to receive the guidance I need. And yeah, and I trust that all is, working out for the benefit of all and for the greatest growth of all. And I still am willing to show up and play my parts and work from that space of the full heart, my full heart, that holds so much love and everything I am within. So that's where it all is. Yeah. And I'm so reminded by that every single day. So I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for everything that's in play. Oh, there's some interesting things. Always, always, love always, through always. So, on the 27th, I wrote Inanna and Ereshkigal and the Ascent, the Descent, union, separation, rage, pain, and shame, mercy, forgiveness, and empathy, a willingness to see into the shadows to illuminate the darkness and offer presence, hold space. Hold space for her rage to be heard, seen, related to, witnessed, and mirrored to. Mirroring. Yes. Honoring, acknowledging, including, allowing, integrating, and reuniting. Brought into the light from the dark shadows to unravel her brilliance, our soul retrieval from the upheaval of all we've ever known. To realize our wholeness we could not know before, when we are willing and able to face, be, withhold space for that which could not be. The grief, sorrow, disallowance of our fullness, our great pain. Go in grace, go in grace, go in grace. Go inward and below to the underworld to face our greatest fears, our shame, and our repressed rage, our pain, The fragmented emotional pain body distortions that keep perpetuating, recycling, refueling, and feeding rage. That keeps us at war and caged in our pain through shame and disallowance of space for her to be, to express, to be heard, to be seen, to be surrendered to and released. Let her rage and let her cry, let her wail and allow her to die. To be reborn through day and night, dark and light, earth and sky, truth and lies. The dual nature of the one true light, the luminous child, the stars shining, starry night, the fertile darkness holding the light, the empty space we hold to brightly shine. Our hidden depths in plain sight, our eyes, divine portals to realize, self-realize through real eyes, God self-realized. I've been thinking about this story for days, weeks, months, years, and all it holds for me and we. What a gift for me to receive and offer freely through my being. Free self-expression, poison pen letters, astrodrama, rituals, sand play, sound healing, art play and creativity, the feminine arts of healing. Badger, keeper of the roots and the stories, medicine. Dolphin and whale, secrets and cycles, record keepers. Nature, plants, animals, kith and kin, connection, reflection, and reconciliation. Empathy, mercy, grace, and compassion for our whole selves. All our pain, all our joy. Music, voice, play, paint, creativity. Writing, speaking, mirroring, expressing authentically. Truthfully. Breathing, moving, stretching, dancing, potentiating our DNA. Loving, living, being, dreaming, envisioning. Embodying, freeing all this love to be. Creating, regenerating, keeping it circulating. Radiating, emanating, life force. Sharing, giving, and receiving. Digesting and assimilating, integrating, surrendering, playing, practicing. Witnessing, observing, seeing, being. I am everything. I am one with everything. I am one. I am becoming. Be one again, through all, through many, through one. Through everything. An interesting day to rest, receive, be in play, love always, always. Letting go of the old and letting go of the outcome. Letting go of the agendas, the desires, fears, expectations, worries, and attachments. Practicing non-attachment and choosing to be aware, to use care, surrender, and allow what is. Letting go of the need to do it right or to be clever, the clever stories we tell ourselves, the clever ego, and the cleaver. My enthusiastic, eager beaver, happy pleaser, overachiever, or ghost. Unclock the cock block. Something I said in my video. Maybe go beyond routines and the linear concept of time. And I just, read something interesting about ourselves and about our clever stories that we tell ourselves to self-justify rather than telling useful, truthful stories and taking our own accountability for our parts in the play. So maybe I am trying to avoid pain by oming into my asshole, teehee, and trying to know all about rather than allowing the not knowing. Sitting with the discomfort, learning how to navigate this and trust life to teach me, hold me, guide me, show me, trust the love, the power knowing within me. Let go of all to free it all. Ooh, listening, receiving, opening, softening, surrendering, forgiving, and letting go. Crown chakra tingles, let go of all to free it all. Logos, let go, let go, let go. The chariot and the power of the word. The power of love and the universe, the creative universe. Be in the world but not of it. Choose to see all of us. I choose to see all of us as powerful divine creator beings. You inverse, universe. You inverse with God. You at play, God at play, playing God, playing with me. So, I choose new soul strategies. I let go and I surrender to this awakening. Our minds can be very persuasive, so don't believe everything that you think. Do choose to be aware, observe, detach, witness, discern, let go of judgments and attachments. Open and hear her heart. I let go and just let me, or allow me to see just as I see, without the need to justify me, compare, justify, measure stories, to validate, reinforce. Just be free. Letting go of ego defense mechanisms to prove that I'm right or to challenge. To second guess, to sabotage, to undermine, to undervalue, to idealize. Just allow me to see as I see without the need to be in control or the need to justify the way that I see or try to manipulate or play act at being. Old patterns and conditioning. Trust myself, be myself, keep doing what I'm doing, just more consciously. So I realized that sometimes my self-doubts have a lot to do with, where I've been taught to doubt myself, and sometimes where I doubt others is where I doubt my own self. So doubting myself, playing into the smallness of not enough and too much, mistrust, measuring up. Do I measure up? Yeah. Self-doubt, or doing it right. It's okay not to know. I surrender and let go. I trust this greatness. I trust in the flow of all the greatness of the unknown. All the mysterious ways unfold through the great mystery, the void of the eternal flow. The double toroidal spiral flow, love is free, circulating energy. The body knows, the heart knows. I trust and let go. It's okay not to know. I trust my intuition and my heart, body, mind. I trust my inner knowing and my spiritual flow. I trust myself, I trust my life, I trust my guidance, I trust my light. I trust my voice, I trust myself. I trust that my love is safe, supported, held. I am accountable. I am impeccable. I am doing my best. I am devoted. I am honest. I am fair, just, and balanced. I am in harmony with life and myself. I am walking in beauty. I am bright. I am abundant. I am joyful. I am beautiful. I am loving, kind, and faithful. Curiosity and wonder rather than worry and fear. And some things are God's business. The truth will be revealed, and the highest good will be served. Thy will be done for all of God's holy children. I surrender control, I let go of the outcome, and I come back to the present moment. This is enough. I am enough. We are enough. Love is enough. I am always enough. We are always enough. All around, always. Within, always. Within and always surrounding, supporting, sustaining, holding me and we. Love always, love always, 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 always. Durga slays the demons of fear with her eternal devotion to all she holds dear. Relax into love and know I am God. Some things are God's business, and God works through mysterious ways. Love always, love always. Making room, making space, love always. I trust love, I trust the universe, I trust my place. I trust life, I trust the divine plan, I trust this process of ascension, purification, and all this transformation. I trust that all is well and all shall be well. All will be well. All is well. So it is. All is well and in balance and true harmony. Yeah. And so there's a couple things I wrote. That maybe I will share. Oh, yeah, and this video that I went back to look at had to do with 8 months ago. 8 months, yeah. Which is, January, I guess. Or the end of January, or, now, I guess it was February, since it's October now, but, yeah. So, let's see. The themes that have been coming up for me in the most magical ways in the last few days and beyond. Strange things at play, yeah. So the mirror keeps coming up, and it's just so great how it does in and through all love's ways. So the mirror and the clear image of God, the vine, the ivy, purple flowers, yellow flowers, bumblebees, Venus, hexagon, honey, sweetness of life, the cosmic mind, the hive mind, harmony and temperance, service to the whole, the world egg, the world tree, the serpent, the dragon, the eagle, the squirrel, and the three fates, caring for the roots and repairing what has been unconsciously torn apart or injured through ignorance and forgetting. Remembering that life is forgiving, not forgetting. Unblock the cock block and free the cock. Forgive the cock, receive the cock freely and fully. Free the cock. Unblock the cock block. Free that cock. So, trust the wisdom of the heart, the art of listening, surrendering, being, recentering, authenticity, trust, willingness, humility, communication, opening, softening, loosening, forgiving, caring, expressing care, letting go, presencing. Listening for insight, listening authentically, practicing letting go. Receptivity, yes to life, inclusivity, all of life. Embracing the full and the great unknown, saying yes to change, growth, and expansion, I don't know. Discovery, unfolding, magic and miracles, peace within me, being at peace within oneself. Observe, witness, listen, receiving, and getting out of my own way. Trusting I am safe. And then some of the animals that I mentioned in that video from 8 months ago was the crow. And the crow is about doubling, and it's about the eyes, and it's about perception, and it's about seeing into one world and seeing in the other. It's also about cleverness and intelligence and shape-shifting our situations, transmutation, and natural law. Frog tells us to break out of routine, to hop to new lily pads, to bask in the sun, and to enjoy life right now, and just allow it to be. Bask in the sun and call in the rains for clarity. Spider is all about linking the inner and the outer, and she's the mirror of that web. The web is a mirror of her, of herself, of all she is and all she holds. So she holds it all. She holds the life and the death cycles. Life, death, rebirth. And she links everything above and below, to the left and the right, before and behind, and within and without. All things. All things is part of the whole. So bear is all about introspection, rest and regeneration, dreaming, and remembering. The wolf is the teacher, and life is a teacher. All of life is my teacher. And then there was eagle and hawk, and that's about perspective and perception and a wider point of view, a full, whole point of view. So some of the themes, the archetypal themes in there too, and they relate to what is now, is the exile and the outsider, the orphan and the epicure, the outlaw, the romantic idealist, lover poet, the magical child, the high priestess, the wild woman, the artist, the people pleaser, and the caregiver, the victim judge, the saboteur, the whore, the child parent, the partner creator, the emanator, the dark goddess, and the midwife. And so I got a nudge to pick up my book, Dancing in the Flames, and I will do that as well. And there is, something interesting to say about, the handless maiden, the tale of the handless maiden. And I will share some of that in just a moment. But first, what I wanted to do, I have these cards sitting here, and I drew them before my autumn equinox circle, and they were just ones that I was just feeling intuitively drawn to, and I didn't really know exactly why. Some of me did, but some of me didn't. And so I'm just going to share some of these cards, and there's 16 of them, which is kind of interesting because 16 keeps coming up for me. And that is, I believe that's the Tower card. And the major arcana, number 16. And that's also like my karmic debt number. And there's also something exciting happening on the 16th of this month as well. And so this is kind of interesting, just seeing that number keep coming up. So Blue Heron, number 45, all about self-reflection, and Blue Heron's one of my favorites. I mean, they're all, yeah, I just love them all. But Blue Heron, yeah, has a special place in my heart for self-reflection and for the lessons that she has shared with me. Yeah. The depths of my being. Hummingbird 44 is all about joy, all about the sweetness of life too. Yeah, to remember. Yeah, the flowers. And turkey is the giveaway, generosity. Yeah. To make sacred. Yeah. Thank you, turkey. Skunk, self-respect and reputation. Working with that this year. Wolf is the teacher, the great teacher, reminding us that all life, all beings are teachers. We're all learning as we go. Always discovering. Dolphin is the keeper of the cycles. Yeah. And so, gonna work with Dolphin this week and ask her to show me what I get to see and what I get to learn for me to help me serve me and we, the whole, in service to the whole and our integrity. Dragonfly, it's all about power, lessons in power, and the illusion. Yeah, the illusion. So yeah, it's super fun, and I always have loved Dragonfly. Dragonfly means so many things. Yeah, holds so much for me. Beaver is the builder, and Beaver comes up a lot for me. Yeah, 22. My eager beaver, people pleaser, overachiever. Yeah, the builder. That's a lot. Lizard's come up a couple times. Lizard's all about the dream time. Yeah. So I'm gonna work with Lizard this week. Snake is about transmutation and transforming the poison into nectar, the venom, into a anti-venom. Yeah. Snake medicine is potent. Sometimes we have to go through hell to find our well. Sometimes we have to go through hell, to find our own piece of heaven. And there's turtle medicine, to slow down, be home. It's all about Mother Earth and coming home to ourselves, and knowing that we're supported. Yeah, it's all about, that. And uniting the above and below as well. Cosmos. And deer is gentleness and faith. Yeah. Faith, trust, and devotion, and gentleness. Yeah. Innocence. Moose is encouragement and expressing oneself from the depths of one's being, expressing joy, from oneself. Alligator, integration, integration and patience. Learning how to be patient with myself and with my own process. Butterfly is all about metamorphosis and transformation and stages of creation with creativity. And of course, my friend the Badger, keeper of the stories, keeper of the medicine roots, and aggression to help me with that. and that sense of self, and knowing that my anger is right. It is right. And so express that with respect for my own power and respect for others, respect for oneself. And so, yeah, thank you, animal companions, for all you share with me, all the lessons and all the medicines, and all the parts we get to play. So I'm just loving the flow and all the synchronicities, yeah, of these cycles of growth, creation, and change. And yeah, there's just a few more things to share. I wrote this yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. So it's all about patterns, relationships, colors, and frequencies, symbols, stories, communication, and meaning. The meaning that we give, to everything. The meaning that we make from our experiences and feelings. Super interesting indeed. So life is sweet, the sweetness of life. Life is a teacher. Life is a friend. Life is a mirror. Life is a reflection. Life is a partner. Life is a companion. Life is a challenge. Life is a blessing. Life is a lover. Life is a lamb. Life is a lion. And life is a dance. Life is a song. Life is a gift. Life is a story. Life as an experience. Life is a play. Life is a stage. Life is a series of steps on the way through all ways of creation. Life is a garden. Life is a treat. Life is a shepherd. Life is a sheep. Life is a secret. Life as a mystery, revealing herself to those that will see. Secrets and revelations come from within, trusting the heart's inner knowing, wisdom. Trusting life and seeing everyone as powerful, true, whole, and free. Seeing everyone as the love they are and the love they get to be. Seeing myself through her gentle eyes to withstand all that I see. Seeing myself through a new inner light. Seeing myself in everything. Seeing God's love in every being. Seeing with new eyes, unclouded by hate. Seeing myself in multiple, unified, infinite, eternal ways. Seeing myself transform and change. Seeing the great awakening unfolding within and all around me and we. Seeing we see what we perceive through our filters, desires, biases, and beliefs. Seeing that we are all experiencing life uniquely and individually. Seeing that life isn't always as it seems. Seeing that we aren't quite as we think or we may have believed ourselves to unconsciously be. Seeing into me and we more deeply through my intimacy. Choosing to be interested and curious, receptive, trusting, open, free, sovereign, loving, and accountable to me and we. Reconciliations, recycling, and reforms. Questions answered, answers received and understood. Why do we feel the need to justify ourselves, beliefs, choices, actions, behavior, and lives? Because we haven't yet or are reluctant to own our own bullshit and our own power to change, free, and create something different, unknown, and new. Shape-shifting our mess into yes, into true, into the whole, full, new, and true, revealing what has always been you, always for, always, and through. And so one of the little things that, I came up with and I'm just like super excited and happy silly about, I just got this image of this like happy little soft serve turd, with the shit eating grin. And it's got its hands and gloves and its hands outstretched with like a bunch of gold nuggets in it. Saying, hi, how are you doing? This is for you. And so it's like, when we make friends with our bullshit, it holds gold for us. It really does. And so that's going to be like a little tattoo I'm going to add, on one of my feet. Just to remind me, to make friends with my bullshit. A happy little turd, soft serve, with white gloves, offering up gold nuggets of truth. When we make friends with our bullshit, there's nothing we cannot do. There's value in the bullshit if we can choose to, open to receive it and make something with it. It's gold, unexplored power and resources of the shadow, the untapped potential of our unknown, our hidden aspects of the garden soul, the golden soil. Will you play with your own bullshit? It's so stinking happy to see you. Be one with you. And then here's just one little last thing. I have a feeling this month is going to be lit up like a burning fire under my butt. It's full of surprises, full of silliness, full of love and full of bullshit, full of gifts and full of shifts, full of fertile opportunities to grow, receive, and give. Review and revisit the tale of the handless maiden, the power of tears, and the power of authentic self-expression and release. Look into the white mirror and the divine wisdom, the eternal truth, right here. Look into universal laws and hermetic principles. Look into communication and listening for insight, listening authentically. Play and create, be present to receive, breathe, care, be interested, aware, engaged. Let go, surrender, and be one right here with me and we. Believe in myself, believe in creator, creation, love, all God's good things. Just be willing, trust, open, receive, allow the not knowing, and just let it be. Allow the unfolding, allow all to change, allowing the whole process, letting go, let it be. Setting love free to be fully free, follow up, follow through, with all the love I am fully committed to. Just keep doing my thing, just remember to do it more consciously. And that's all I have written for today. And I wanted to go into the Handless Maiden for a moment and see what comes up. This is where I had my bookmark. And it's been a couple months since I've revisited this story. I've gotten nudged, but man, I just keep getting distracted and haven't gone back. But I'm determined to do that this week because I know that that story holds a lot for me. And so the page that I'm on right now is 448. And it is about the river. And so in this tale of the Handless Maiden, it is a tale of ascent and descent and the Demeter Persephone myth. It's connected to that. So now in the tale, the maiden wanders about for the second time in her unwashed animal state. And this is the proper mode of descent, the I don't care so much for things of the world mode. And as we see, her beauty shines regardless. The idea of being unwashed also is from ritual of olden times, the culmination of which is the bathing and putting on of new clothes to represent having crossed into new or renewed relationship with the self. And that is so interesting because of my scapegoat project and also the board that I shared a couple months ago and recently with Vesta on it, with the Vestal Virgin archetypal themes, and how I had taped or glued a piece of paper to her chest that said, worn out clothes and puts on new ones. And so it's so awesome to see this. Wow, the idea of being unwashed also is from ritual of olden times, the culmination of which is the bathing and putting on of new clothes to represent having crossed into new or renewed relationship with the self. We see that the Handless Maiden has gone through one entire descent and transformation, the one of awakening. In certain alchemical tracts, there are 3 stages described as being necessary to transformation: the Negrito, the black or the dark dissolving stage, the Rubedo, the red or the sacrificial stage, and the Albedo, the white or the resurgent stage. The bargain with the devil was the Negrito, the darkening. The chopping off of her hands was the Rubedo, the sacrifice. And the leaving of home wrapped in white, the Albedo, is the new life. And now, as the wanderer, she is plunged back into the Negrito again. But now the old self is gone, and the deep self, the naked self, is the powerful wanderer. Now the maiden is not only haggard, but hungry. She kneels before an orchard as though it is an altar, and it is, the altar of the wild underground gods. As we descend to the primary nature, the old automatic ways of nourishing ourselves are eliminated. Things of the world that used to be food for us lose their taste. Our goals no longer excite us. Our achievements no longer hold interest. Everywhere we look in the topside world, there is no food for us. So it is one of the purest miracles of the psyche that when we are so defenseless, help comes and right on time. The vulnerable maiden is visited by an emissary from the soul, the spirit in white. This spirit in white removes the barriers to her being nourished. It empties the moat by adjusting the sluice gate. The moat has hidden meaning. According to the ancient Greeks, in the underworld, the river called Styx separates the land of the living from the land of the dead. Its waters are filled with the memories of all past deeds of the dead since the beginning of time. The dead can decipher these memories and keep them in order, for they have heightened vision that comes from being without material body. But for the living, the river is poison. Unless the living are accompanied across by a spirit guide, they will drown and sink to another level of the underworld, one that is like a mist, and there they will wander forever. Dante had his Virgil, Coatlicue had a living snake who accompanied her to the fire world, and the handless maiden has the spirit in white. So you see, first a woman escapes from the not-awake mother and the greedy, bumbling father, and then gives herself over to be guided by the wild soul. In the tale, the spirit guide escorts the handless maiden across to the underworld realm of the trees, the king's orchard. This, too, is a remnant of the old religion. Spirit guides are always assigned to the young initiates in the old religions. Greek mythos is filled with reports of young women being accompanied by wolf women or lion women or other figures who served as initiators. Even in current religious rites that are concomitant with nature, such as among the Deen, the Navajo, the mysterious Yabishis are animal elementals who accompany initiation as well as healing rites. The psychic idea embodied here is that the underworld, like the unconscious of humans, swirls with many unusual and compelling features, images, archetypes, seductions, threats, and treasures, tortures, and tests. It is important for a woman's individuation journey that she have spiritual good sense or be assisted by a guide who does, so that she does not fall into the phantasmagoria of the unconscious, so that she does not lose herself in the tantalizing material. As we see in the tale, it is more important to stay with one's hunger and go forward from there. Like Persephone before her and the life goddesses before her, the maiden finds her way into a land where there are magical orchards and a king awaits her. The old religion now begins to glow in this tale with more and more intensity. In Greek myths, there were two trees twined over the door to the underworld, and Elysium, the place where the dead who had been found virtuous were sent, was composed of what? Yes, orchards. Elysium is described as a place of perpetual day where souls may elect to be reborn on earth whenever they please. It is the doppelganger, the double of the topside world. Difficult things may occur here, but their meaning and the learning they provide are different from those in the topside world. In the topside world, all is interpreted in the light of simple gains and losses. In the underworld, or the other world, all is interpreted in light of the mysteries of true sight, right action, and the development of becoming a person of intense inner strength and knowing. In the tale of action now centers on the fruit tree, which in ancient times was called the tree of life, the tree of knowing, the tree of life and death, or tree of knowledge. Unlike trees with needles or leaves, the fruit tree is a tree of bountiful food, and not just food, for a tree stores water in its fruit. Water, the primal fluid of growth and continuance, is soaked up by the roots, which feed the tree by capillary action, a network of billions of cell plexuses too small to see, and water arrives in the fruit and plumps it out into a beauteous thing. Because of this, the fruit is considered to be invested with soul, with a life force that develops from and contains some measure of water, air, earth, food, and seed, which on top of it all also tastes divine. Women who are fed by the fruit and water and seed of the work in the underground forests are plumped out psychologically accordingly. Their psyches become gravid and carry on a continual ripening. Like a mother offering the babe her breast, the pear tree in the orchard bends down to give the maiden its fruit. This mother's juice is that of regeneration. Eating the pear nourishes the maiden, but a more poignant action is this. The unconscious, the fruit of it, bends to feed her. In this sense, the unconscious bestows a kiss of itself upon her lips. It gives her a taste of the self with the capital S, the breath and the substance of her own wild God, a wild communion. The hailing of Mary by her kinswoman Elizabeth in the New Testament is probably a remnant of this ancient understanding among women. Blessed be the fruit of thy womb, she says. In the prior night religions, the woman just having been initiated and pregnant with knowing would be welcomed back into the world of the living with a lovely blessing from her kinswomen. The remarkable idiom of the story is that during the darkest times, the feminine unconscious, the uterine unconscious, nature feeds a woman's soul. Women describe that in the midst of their descent, they are in the darkest dark and are touched by the brush of a wingtip and feel lightened. They feel an inner nourishing taking place, a spring of blessed water bursting forth over parched ground, from where they do not know. This spring does not solve suffering, but rather nourishes when nothing else is forthcoming. It is manna in the desert. It is water from the stones. It is food out of thin air. It quells the hunger so we can go on. And that is the whole point, to go on. To go on toward our knowing destiny. The tale resurrects the memory of a very old promise. The promise is that the descent will nourish even though it is dark, even though one feels one has lost one's way, even in the midst of not knowing, not seeing, wandering blind, there is a something, an inordinately present someone who keeps pace. We go left, it goes left. We go right, it follows close behind, bearing us up, making a way for us. Now we are in another Negrito of wandering and not knowing what will become of us, and yet in this very raggedy condition we are brought to sup on the tree of life. To eat of the tree of life in the land of the dead is an ancient impregnation metaphor. In the land of the dead it was believed a soul could invest itself in a fruit or any edible thing so that its future mother would eat it, and the soul hidden within the fruit would begin its regeneration in her flesh. So here at the almost midway point through the substance of the pear, we are being given the body of the wild mother. We are eating that which we will become ourselves, or we are eating that which we will ourselves become. And that was from the third stage, the wandering. And that's kind of like where I left it there when I went through this story. And so now I get to continue the fourth stage, finding love in the underworld. And I will report back and continue with that, with all this goodness and this ripening and this juiciness. Yeah, the fruits of our labors and the fruits of the harvest. So I thank, bless, and praise all the blessings and all that has been and all that is and all that will be. And I do feel like, this time, of dark and light and balance and coming into harmony, everything is right, everything is whole, everything is full, everything is true, everything, every being. And it's just our perceptions of things that are distorted, And so, with that said, it is okay not to know, and it's okay to let go, and it's okay to trust. Surrender to the flow, So thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing your part. And thanks for sharing, everything that you are, with all that you are, with all of us, in all of your ways, through all of your ways of being. So I am, and we are, and thou art. I love us all. I bless us all. I praise us all. I wish us well. I wish us all well. I wish us all good things. May all good things come your way. And may you remember to play and be all your love, all that you are, all that thou art. It's a gift for you to receive. And it's a gift, to be all we are, to free all the love that we are, for each other, for ourselves, for the whole. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. Okay, love ya. See you for now.